Have you ever woken up in the middle of night, looked at your partner beside you, and felt a quiet frustration building inside? Not from lack of love, but from something else. A part of you still wants connection, still desires intimacy, still remembers what it felt like to be fully alive as a man. But your body doesn't always follow. Your mind says yes. But down below there's hesitation, weakness, silence. And that's not just heartbreaking, it's terrifying because no man wants to feel himself fading away. But what if I told you that just by chewing one Command for only 50 seconds, you could begin to wake your body up again? I'm Dr. Mojit Kara, a professor of urology and men's health expert with over 30 years of clinical experience helping men in their 60s, 7 South and beyond feel like themselves again without pills. Prescriptions or side effects. Now, I know it sounds hard to believe. After all, if something that simple could make such a difference, wouldn't every doctor be shouting it from the rooftops? But the truth is, these natural remedies often get buried under pharmaceutical profits and outdated decisions about aging. In this video, I'm going to show you how 5 powerful spices sitting right in your kitchen can help restore your blood flow, awaken your testosterone, and reignite your confidence, all with a ritual that takes less than a minute. And if you stay with me, I'll reveal a simple step-by-step protocol that helped hundreds of my older male patients regain the erections and vitality they thought were gone forever. Let's get started before we dive in. If you're serious about reclaiming your vitality and want more real science-backed advice, specifically for men over 60, make Soreto hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a video that could change your life. And if you're ready to take back control, type 1 in the comments. If you're still on defense, type 0. I want to know how I can better serve you. Let's begin with the first spice, and it might surprise you. It's probably sitting in your kitchen right now, looking innocent, even sweet. But this simple stick holds the key to unlocking better blood flow, stronger energy, and the return of something every man over 60 deserves. Reliable, lasting erections. Cinnamon 1. Cinnamon. The blood flow. IGNITR. Cinnamon. It's something most of you associate with warm memories. Apple pie, morning coffee, maybe the holidays with family. But very few men realize that this humble brown stick holds powerful secrets for revitalizing blood flow, regulating energy, and restoring second of sexual function they thought was gone for good. I remember the first time I recommended cinnamon to one of my patients. He was 68, retired, and had quietly admitted that intimacy with his wife had become rare. Not because of a lack of love, but because he simply couldn't perform the way he used to. He had tried the blue pills, but they left him with headaches and pressure and hishist. He was scared, embarrassed, and losing confidence. So I introduced him to something different. I told him to chew a piece of high-quality Ceylon cinnamon bark for just 50 seconds once a day, 30 minutes before any planned intimacy. He was skeptical, but he trusted me. After the first week, he told me he was waking up with morning erections again. By the second week, he had enough confidence to initiate intimacy without fear. And by the third week, his energy levels were up, his mood had improved, and he said something we'll never forget. I feel like myself again. The science supports his experience. Cinnamon contains powerful compounds like cinnamaldehyde and pronadins, which act as natural vasodilators. They help relax and widen blood vessels, making it easier for blood to flow, especially to the areas where men need it most. But it doesn't stop there. Cinnamon also improves insulin sensitivity, which is crucial for energy, weight control, and hormone balance. You see, many older men struggle with low testosterone and poor erections, not because of a lack of desire, but because their cells have stopped responding properly to insulin. That's what we call insulin resistance. And it often sneaks in after 50. Cinnamon helps reverse it. The key, however, is using it the right way, not the powdered cinnamon from the baking aisle. You need sun cinnamon bark, the real deal. Take a small piece about the size of a matchstick and chew it slowly for 50 seconds. Let the oils release in your mouth and absorb under your tongue. Don't rush. This is not just chewing, it's delivery, a natural medicine working its way through your system within days. Many of my patients notice changes not just in the bedroom, but throughout the day. More clarity, more edriv, more confidence. It's the first step in waking up systems that have been asleep for too long. And if cinnamon is the spark, wait until you discover the spice that fuels Thefire. Let's move on to the one-eyed Calnature's little green Viagra, Cardamom 2, Cardamom. The nitric oxide surge. Cardamom is one of those spices you've probably seen 100 times but never paid much attention to. Small green pods tucked away in the back of your spice rack. But let me tell you something I've learned after 3 decades working with men's health. Sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact. Cardamom may look delicate, but it packs a powerful punch when it comes to circulation, arousal, and even emotional connection. One of my patients, Frank, a 67-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio, came to me after years of avoiding intimacy. Hadn't feel like himself anymore. Had told me, "Doc, I just don't feel desire like I used to, and when I try, nothing happens." We talked about his medications, his diet, and his stress. But what stood out most was how disconnected he felt from his body, and even from his wife. I suggested something simple. Every morning, crack open 2 pods of green cardamom, chew seeds for 50 seconds, and take 5 slow, deep breaths afterward. It sounded strange to him. Too easy maybe, but he agreed to try. 3 weeks later, he came back to my office beaming. Not only had his morning directions returned, but something even more meaningful had happened. He and his wife had reconnected emotionally and physically. It felt natural again, Hesed, like I wasn't forcing anything. I felt alive. That's the power of cardamom. You see? Cardamom seeds are rich in natural terpenes, compounds that stimulate nitric oxide production in the body. Nitric oxide is what tells your blood vessels to relax and expand. And as we age, our bodies make less and less of it, which is why so many older men experience weak or unreliable erections. Cardamom helps reverse that decline. It also helps repair the lining of your blood vessels, improving flexibility and responsiveness, 2 things every man needs in the bedroom and beyond. The method matters. Crack open the pod, remove the black seeds. Chew them gently for 50 seconds and follow with 5 deep nasal breaths. It may sound simple, but it activates your parasympathetic system and helps deliver the active compounds deep into your bloodstream. Many men notice changes within 10 to 14 days. More spontaneous arousal, better endurance, and even stronger emotional presence during intimacy. It's not just about sex. It's about connection. Cardamom helps you reconnect with your body, your partner, and your identity. Asa man. And if you thought that was impressive, just wait until you hear about the next spice. One that doesn't just boost your blood flow, but actually wakes up your testosterone and reignites your drive from the inside out. Let's talk about a forgotten powerhouse that may have fueled your grandfather's vitality. Cloves 3, Cloves, the testosterone booster. I'll never forget the first time. It looked into the research on cloves and male vitality. What I found honestly me. This tiny, sharp-tasting spice, something most of us associate ham, mulled wine, or the holidays, holds some of the most potent natural compounds for male sexual health I've ever seen. In fact, cloves have been used for centuries in traditional medicine to enhance stamina, energy, and virility. And now, modern science is finally catching up. One of my longtime patients, Michael, age 72, came to me frustrated and defeated. He said, "Dr. Kara, I'm not looking for a miracle. I just want to feel something again. I want to be closer to my wife without worrying that I let her down." He tried testosterones, expensive supplements, even pumps, but nothing gave him lasting results. So I offered him something different. I told him about eugenol, the activate compound in cloves, and how it works as a natural vasodilator and testosterone booster. He was skeptical but agreed to give it a try. I instructed him to chew just 1 whole clove every evening, about 2 hours before bedtime for 50 seconds. Within 5 days, he called my office, not with a complaint, but with excitement. "I feel like my body is coming back to life," Hesed. And my wife noticed too. By week 3, he had stronger erections, a more responsive nervous system, and a level of physical sensitivity he hadn't felt in decades. Eugenol. doesn't just improve blood flow, it actually increases sensitivity in the nerve endings, making physical touch feel more intense and meaningful. That's something most men don't talk about, but it matters. It also supports your body's testosterone production. In one study, men who consumed cloves daily showed a 15 to 20% increase in testosterone levels naturally without injections or patches. When using cloves, it's important to start slow. They're strong. Place 1 clove between your murs. Bite gently to release the oil and chew slowly for 50 seconds. Let the warmth spread through your mouth under your tongue. That warming sensation is a sign it's working. Some men feel the effects in just a few days. Others take a little longer, but when it hits, it's powerful. Not just physically, but emotionally. You begin to feel confident again, grounded, and present in your relationships, but cloves are only part of the story. If you really want to feel your blood rush, your ski.